What's going on, boys and girls? My name is Nate. Welcome to How You Can Possibly Win a Game a Bit Easier Than Normal. Now, the things I'm going to be talking about is momentum, setting the tone for the game, score streaks, and enemy team comebacks. These are three things I want to cover in no specific order. Now, first of all, setting the tone for the game. Right when the game starts off, do whatever you can to secure the objective. In domination, try and secure B. In hardpoint, try and get that hardpoint. I know a lot of people try and do this, but it's very, very difficult, and I know that. Which is why another thing is important, team communication. For instance, whenever I'm with a team and we're all in one party, a 6-man party, and we have headsets, we always set up a plan like this in domination. I'm not saying you should do this. It may sound like, oh, you should strive to be like me. I'm trying to help. I may be sounding like a douchebag, I don't know, and I apologize if I am. But anyway, what I mean by setting the tone for the game and team communication, they go together neck and neck. For example, let's say domination. We get about one or maybe two guys at our spawn objective. They cap that flag while everyone else blitzkrieks B and takes that. Once our team's done securing the spawn objective, then they come and help us secure B. That's what we do. It works pretty well. It's pretty fairly effective, and it sets the tone for the game. Because if we can hold B for, say about 1 minute, that's going to give us about twice as many points as the enemy has in that minute. Now, I'm not exactly a COD pro. I don't know how many points or what the domination cycle is. I think it's like 3 points every so many seconds. I'm not too sure per flag. Or I'm not sure about that. I'm sorry if I'm not a domination pro. But this is for all objective-based game modes. For example, hardpoint. Just tell everyone blitzkrieg the freaking hardpoint. What this does, this gets your entire team on it, and it's very, very effective. Now, another thing I'd like to stress out. This ties in especially with hardpoint, sometimes even with capture the flag. Flak jacket. This thing will help out a lot. When you're in just about any objective-based game mode, the enemy's gonna be like, oh, let's just go chuck a frag grenade in there. That's not good. You don't want to get blown up. Blowing up is not good. So what you need to do is run flak jacket. Well, I guess if you don't really have trouble with explosives and generally, maybe it's just bad luck for me, but whenever I try and secure an objective, someone throws a C4 at me, which is why I try and run flak jacket. This allows me to secure the objective, plant the bomb, whatever it is I need to do, a bit safer. Now, I'm not saying it always works, but most of the time, it will protect me from any enemy explosive. Now, another thing, momentum. Positive and negative. You need the enemy to have negative momentum. You want to piss them off. You want them to be like, oh, why can't I get a fucking kill? You want them to scream that. You want your team to be going, oh, this is so much fun. We're just stomping on these mother truckers. That's what you want. You want your team to be happy. You don't want your team to rage. You want the enemy team to rage. Because when they're raging, when they're pissed off, they're going trying as hard as they can. They're not going to perform as well as they normally would. Now, when I say this, I mean they're enraged, they're pissed. They're just going to run at the objective with no team coordination whatsoever. There's just going to be some random guy running across the entire map with oh, meet my XPR. They're going to get shot. Oh, it's that simple. Now, one problem that occurs consistently when I'm in objective-based game mode, and we're basically stomping on them. The enemy team just rage quits. They get pissed off, and then new players come and fill their shoes. Now, these new players, they don't have that negative energy. They don't have that negative momentum going through them. They're just like, oh, new game. They're not enraged, so you need to try and piss them off. Now, something I would recommend, this may sound a bit douchebaggy or whatever, this may be a dick move, but just teabag them. It pisses people off. For some reason, it's like the ultimate form of disrespect in the gaming community. I don't know why, but it is. But let's say the enemy, you don't manage to enrage them as well. That's when you call in your score streaks. Save your score streaks until the enemy makes that comeback. That's when you call in your orbital VSAT. That's when you call or bring in your sentry gun. That's when you call in your stealth chopper, your swarm, your K9, your VTOL. Now, I'm not necessarily just referencing high score streaks, even lower score streaks like the Hellstorm, the Lightning Strike, even the UAV. You call them in when the enemy team begins to make a comeback. For example, right now, they've got the hard point. Some of our team members are calling in lightning strikes right now, Hellstorm missiles, stuff like that. It's very, very effective, and it manages to throw them off of their objectives and allows you to recap it, or even just dominate them. In domination, whenever we do that, when they start to make a comeback, when they start to consistently cap B, that's when we do it. And if all else fails, let's say they've got B, your entire team's screwed, they're dominating the crap out of you, they've got the hard point, they're 100 points ahead of you, just consistently rush the objective. That's your last resort, but all it really does is frustrates them. It's going to give you a bad KD, but hey, you might get a couple kills. But it's basically all you can do when you're being dominated in that situation when you've got a 100-point difference. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, rate, comment, subscribe. See you in my next video. And oh my god, black screen!